In this video, let's talk about Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse movies and explore his character and backstory. His story is actually pretty similar to most of the alternate versions of Peter Parker we know, so I'll keep the backstory brief since it's something most people are already familiar with. Peter B. was born in 1980, and just like many other versions of Peter, he faced a lot of hardship early on. He tragically lost both of his parents, and he ended up being raised by his Uncle Ben and Aunt May. His life took a major turn when he was 15 years old in 1995, after he was bitten by a radioactive spider. That bite gave him all sorts of spider-like abilities, super strength, the ability to climb walls, and of course, his famous Spidey sense. Soon after gaining his powers, Peter B's life was further shaped by tragedy. His Uncle Ben was killed, and before he passed, he left him with the unforgettable words, "With great power comes great responsibility." These words became his guiding principle, and he took on the mantle of Spider-Man to fight crime and protect people, just like his Uncle Ben would have wanted. As Spider-Man, he faced countless villains and challenges. He worked as a photographer for the Daily Bugle, trying to make a living while also keeping his superhero identity a secret. He graduated from high school in 1998, and along the way, he formed strong friendships with people like Harry Osborn and Gwen Stacy. Over time, Peter B. developed feelings for Gwen, and the two became more than friends. However, as we know, their relationship ended in heartbreak. He experienced the deep loss of Gwen, a pain that was compounded by the loss of Captain Stacy before her. Over time, he found some comfort in his relationship with Mary Jane. They eventually got married, and Peter B. continued to do what he does best, protect the city and face off against new threats. But as the years went by, being Spider-Man started to weigh heavily on his personal life. The constant danger, the need to keep secrets, and the pressure of being a hero took a toll on him in ways he hadn't expected. One of the hardest moments for him came when he couldn't save his Aunt May. She passed away, leaving a huge hole in his heart. On top of that, his marriage with MJ started to fall apart. The strain from his superhero life and all the emotional baggage led to them eventually getting a divorce. With so much loss and pain, Peter B. began to pull away from the people who cared about him, distancing himself from friends, allies, and even his own emotions. This isolation only made things worse, and he found himself grappling with feelings of depression and physical exhaustion. As he struggled with all of this, he started to lose sight of the joy he once found in being Spider-Man. The sense of purpose and excitement that being a hero brought him was gone, and the weight of his responsibilities felt almost unbearable. He began questioning everything, even Uncle Ben's famous lesson, "With great power comes great responsibility." Peter, who had always lived by that mantra, started to wonder if it was all worth it. The constant sacrifice, the pain, and the loneliness made him question whether being Spider-Man was truly making a difference or if he was just losing himself in the process. But then, everything changed in a way he couldn't have predicted. A portal suddenly opened up in his world, thanks to the collider created in Miles's universe. Peter B. was pulled into it, and just like that, he found himself in a totally different universe. This unexpected turn of events completely changed his perspective on everything. Miles, who had just recently become Spider-Man himself, became his first real opportunity to be a mentor, even though he didn't always feel like the best one. Watching Miles navigate the challenges of being Spider-Man and seeing the joy that came from having a young hero to mentor sparked something in Peter B. It made him realize how much he wanted to have kids of his own someday. Miles became like a son to him in a way. He also met other spider people from different dimensions who were also transported to this universe by the collider. This was a huge moment for him because it showed him he wasn't alone. There were so many others out there like him, each with their own struggles, but also their own victories. For the first time in a long time, Peter B. felt a sense of belonging. When he finally made his way back to his own universe, he had a new perspective. The first thing he did was try to make things right with MJ, taking Miles' advice to heart. He realized how much he had missed her and how much he wanted to rebuild their relationship. Over time, things improved between them, and they got married again. His life truly changed, and to top it all off, he and MJ had a baby girl named Mayday. She brought him so much joy, and he saw a lot of Miles in her. He was the reason she existed, and Peter B. wanted her to be special, just like him. As we know from Across the Spider-Verse, things weren't all smooth sailing for him and Miles, but ultimately, he joined forces with Gwen's team to rescue him, as he was trapped in the wrong universe. At that point, Miles was feeling betrayed by him, so their next encounter will probably be very intense.